I was just asked the best questions about hypnosis. I just finished a consultation call and I feel like he asked what a lot of people want to ask or are scared to ask or feel stupid asking about hypnosis. So I'm just going to share them all. So one, he asked, am I the worst case of anxiety that you've ever seen? And I'm sorry I chuckled, but you need to realize that people come to me as a last resort. Nobody, has a first panic attack or some anxiety and thinks, let me do hypnosis. No, by the time they've come to me, they have tried everything under the sun and think that their anxiety is never going anywhere. So I don't know if you can hear the kids downstairs. If you do, it's kind of cute. I have a noise canceling app for my session so that no, they don't hear anything, but on my phone I don't have this, so sorry if you hear kids screaming down there. Yeah, I've helped clients who are scared to leave their house, who think they're going to have a panic attack if they walk out the door, just suddenly start to pick up their keys and get in the car, go about their day, do their shopping, just like it's no big deal. I've had clients who are terrified of flying, book a 8-hour flight to Europe and have a great time. I've had clients who black out on a Zoom call with, coworkers that they know, go to suddenly becoming confident, teaching 100 people in an in-person room. So yes, it's possible, no matter how bad your anxiety is, to feel better. Your anxiety is not special. It's not different. You're not broken. You're not stuck. It's time to remember how powerful you are. You are not your anxiety. Remember that. So what most people, even if it's decades of anxiety, panic attacks, not leaving the house, just complete encompassing anxiety is really the client I talk to every single day. So no, you're probably not the worst case of anxiety. And yes, I do still think that hypnosis can help you. Two, he asked, is it natural, the state of hypnosis, right? Obviously, as a more anxious, worried person, you're going to start to worry about these terms like reprogramming my mind and installing beliefs in my mind. And I need you to just forget all of this, hypno lingo for a second. All you're really doing is getting into a relaxed state of mind, a relaxed state in your body. Yes, this is something you naturally, every single human naturally goes into a state like the state of hypnosis every single day. Even if you're highly anxious, even if you've never meditated in your life before, it's that level brainwave that your brain goes into right before you fall asleep or right when you wake up in the morning, right? You can think of it. Even though you're awake, you still feel that maybe little bit of grogginess, or right? If someone asks you a question, it might take you just a second to respond. Your brain is not fully on and active. That's all it is, right? If you are into a really good movie or a really good book, or if you enjoy painting or, doing some sort of art or sport even, when you're just so focused and relaxed, that is all the state of hypnosis is. So yes, you already go into a state of hypnosis naturally in your day-to-day life. Now we're just going to use it more productively. And what exactly is this reprogramming? I mean, really, I want you to forget the word reprogramming and I want you to think of the word remembering. Right? I don't care how long you've had anxiety. If it's been decades, I've worked with clients who have had it since they were a kid, or, just decades long anxiety. You were not born anxious. You have not felt anxious every moment. So instead of focusing on all of the anxious moments that you've had, I want you to start to remember all of the calm moments, all of the confident moments. And you might think, oh, but I don't remember it. Yes, you do. You're just not focused on them, and that's why you're not seeing them. That's why you're not remembering them. And the more and more that we dig them out of you, the more and more that you're going to start to remember them more and more. It's not a reprogramming. I can't make you believe or act a certain way that is not already you. What reprogramming, at least in the way that I use hypnosis in my sessions, is really a remembering of who you naturally are, who you already are. When the anxiety is not all encompassing, when anxiety is not the focus, when you remember that you are not your anxiety, you start to feel like the real you again. When you start to connect back to the calm, confident, empowering resources that you have in front of you, using your own resources too, right? This isn't about think of yourself in a beautiful forest or going down a river or all of these, supposed to be relaxing metaphors. That doesn't work for me. I don't really have a vivid imagination like that. So if that doesn't work for you, that's not what we're doing here. We're using your resources. When you think of a time when you felt the most calm, comfortable, and when you think of a time when you felt the most confident, I want you to think of a time when you experienced feeling the way that you want to experience. This is what I mean by reprogramming your mind, because we're going to use these resources to start to attach that feeling, that familiar, comfortable feeling that your body's like, yeah, we were there. Yeah, we lived that. Yeah, we felt that way. We want to start to attach that feeling with maybe whatever the trigger is, whether that's speaking up at work, whether that's going on a long fight, whether that's whatever it is.